Peace, heathens. What's going on? 3 a.m. in the morning. We're fueling up. You see what we got back there. Where are we going? I was thinking about making it a surprise, but probably from the thumbnail, you see that it's not a surprise. We are headed to Annapolis, Maryland. We can only be heading to Annapolis, Maryland for one reason. At 3 a.m. We have an 8-hour trek in front of us. We're already a little bit behind. On our way to go see none other than Mr. Mike Stark with Stark's Performance and Maintenance. He has had the Challenger for the last few months, and I'm gonna tell you in the truck here what's going on. What up, MK? I'm gonna update you as we ride and let you know what the journey's been, but this is gonna be a super fun video, a badass video, and yeah, just dive in. It's been a while. You must forgive me, it's a little early. So if I lack, you know, some, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. You see, I'm telling you it's early. If I lack some exciteness or whatever, it's coming. Give me a couple hours.
Say you had me locked up, can you give me the key? Toxicity put me on a killing spree, and all I care about is others, but they don't fuck with me. 100 million yes on the way, but you ain't seen a thing. Somewhere on the way I got betrayed, you won't believe me. I done got this bitch my life, what else she got to see? I'm a stand up nigga, I'm gon' cross my teeth. And if you ever step on
okay, we are back on a road trip. So a little bit earlier in the video, it was about 2:30 in the morning. We have been on the road now for what, a few hours now, 4 or 5 hours, and we're making our way to Annapolis, Maryland, to go see Mr. Mike at Stark's Performance, right, and Maintenance. Basically a quick overview of what I've already kind of stated in previous videos. It's been so long, guys. I mean, shit, since September, October, since I've been able to drive the car. So we're going on 7-8 months here. I've only had the car for like 9 months, so a long time coming. What happened was the transmission tore up. Took it to the track one day, and the transmission tore up. We never really fully got it tuned how it should be. You know, we had a pretty decent tune in it, but it was never shifting right. We couldn't really figure out what it was, and we took it to the track, and then I guess at the track it kind of just went ahead. The transmission just went ahead and went. So I was kind of SOL. Didn't really know what happened. I had also bricked the PCM. So I didn't really know what was going on, and just basically was up in the air. You know, I'm in Tennessee. There's not a whole lot of, you know, modern Mopar guys out where I'm at here in Knoxville area. So I had to do my research and came across, you know, Stark's Performance. I had seen some of Modern Red Hemi's videos. I had seen him pop up a few times. I've seen him on, what's Gary V Life, whatever his name is, that does the, not Gary V, Scrapyard Lee, that builds the Demon. I saw him in that video. I'm like, dude, I should reach out to him. Man, from the time I reached out to this guy, he has been more help than everybody else combined. Very, very, very professional. And long story short, he's had the Challenger since the end of January. He held it for me for about a month and a half. I was finishing, you know, the Cutlass I'm also working on, drag car. And long story short, took a look at it, told me that the transmission was blown. It's all to hell. There was, you know, metal all in the oil, things like that, in the oil pan. And basically that I needed a new transmission, so we looked at options and ended up going with an Applied Torque Solutions fully built transmission. I think stage 1, up to 1,300 horsepower, which I'll probably never get close to that in this car. I really kind of want to use it as like a, you know, a really, really nice street car that I can take to the track sometime, run hopefully mid-7s, an 1/8 mile. So went with that. Wasn't expecting to have to drop another, you know, 9-10 grand, but here we are today. We're towards the end of May here, and he's had it for a few months. Finally got it back, put it in, street tuned it yesterday, and we are driving up to Annapolis now to get up there and see that thing on the dyno tune, to bring you guys content, to just go pick the car up. Obviously, we're hauling the trailer behind us, which you can't see, but we are hauling the trailer. Got Bay over here driving, should be driving that thing. So that's where we're at. You know, I don't want to talk your guys' head off. Pretty excited to finally see this thing, hoping everything goes right. The craziest part about this whole thing is, part of the reason we're driving up here is he didn't have the right spline to be able to get the spline that has spline lug nuts. and there's only one spline lug nut that works for it, and it's from the VMS website. You cannot buy them from AutoZone. I have like 3 or 4 different ones that's supposedly the same size. They don't work. Only one works, and that's the one that came with it. So I could have either overnighted it to them and had to wait a few more days, and I'm like, I'll bring it up here to you. We'll see this thing on the dyno and bring you guys some awesome content. So if you've been following the journey along, we are nearing the end. Hopefully this video, we get to see what this car makes, get to see what this car does, see it come to, you know, fruition, and drive it back home and start being able to make some more content with it. So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the video. And look who we roll up on right here while he's testing. We're pulling up to Stark Performance, and we were looking for it, and he's actually out testing it right now. So that's pretty awesome, man. Pretty awesome. Money Mike.
What's up,
man? Nice to meet you, brother. Long time coming, eh? No, I'm on the truck there. Yeah, this is all you on the inside?
Yeah. Basically that window all the way down on the inside.
Hell yeah, man. This is awesome. Ray Seethers had to come see what old Annapolis is like up here. This is the man with the plan here.
Try, man. We try.
I've been watching you on Scrap Life.
Oh,
Lee's
yeah,
thing, man.
Lee, yeah.
How's that demon going?
Yeah, man. He's
Looking
finally
good?
he's getting things together. I'm glad that we were able to help him out with that, too. So, yeah.
Well, now we're going to get me together, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so what we're doing now is Mike is setting up his Pro Hub dyno. This is one of the most accurate dynos you can have. Even I know that. It's pretty awesome, which is why I needed the lug nut up here. And like I said, I wasn't going to overnight and wait a few more days. I was like a kid in a candy store. It's been months, so that's what we brought up here. So that's what he's doing. He's putting the hub on the wheel so he can connect it to there. He's going to have the tuner go, and then we're just going to sit back, maybe grab something to eat, let him do his thing, and yeah, nearing the end. What you want me to say? Hell kitties, this is a little RT. You guys saw the numbers. I mean, it really exceeded my expectation. I'll talk more once we get back on the road to head back to Tennessee. It's almost 6 p.m. here in Maryland, so we're wrapping it up. Mike's gonna take me on a ride around here, trying to get some tables to log here, make sure everything is good before we load it on the trailer. So yeah, we'll go for a ride here and see how it shifts and whatnot. Mike, thank you, brother.
You good, bro?
Best in the game over here, Annapolis, Maryland, right?
Yeah, yep.
Annapolis, Maryland. Starks Performance got us together. We're all locked and loaded. I'm gonna show you guys once we get back home. We'll do some test pulls and some runs, and we'll go to the track. So that'll wrap this up for now. I'll see you guys when I get home. What is up, lovely people? All right, so it's been a few days since we've gotten back from Baltimore and seeing Mike over at Starks Performance. The video might be all over the place a little bit. I've kind of been out of the loop posting videos and stuff because I've said before, I just don't like to post shit for no reason. I know it's been months, which is ridiculous. It should never go that long, but so much stuff has happened like in between the time. The Cutlass is almost done. I can't wait to bring you guys an update on that. I know a lot of you are here. I think we're around 2,800 to 3,000 subscribers. A lot of you are here for the RT Supercharger swap build. It's just a super popular thing people are doing right now that I didn't even know that was super popular until I started. But let's get into what you're here for. So we got the car back, and I drove the car around 2 days ago. Drove it around town. The thing is ripping. One thing about it is it doesn't love low RPM. So something that I did not know is you cannot put a 3500 stall in a car and a max effort cam, which basically means the biggest cam that can fit in a 5.7, the Tomahawk 2.0 from FRP. You can't put that along with a supercharger and stuff and expect that it's going to drive like a daily driver. That's not the case, right? Like at the end of the day, like a Hellcat actually, you know, it has a smaller cam in it. You know what I mean? And it can be a daily driver. How I've built my car, it's now faster than a Hellcat, as you guys saw on the dyno. 607, oh my God, to the wheel, which is now faster than the Hellcat. Most Hellcats do 570 to 580 on the actual dyno. I know they say that a Hellcat does 717 to the crank and around 600 to the wheel. No, it doesn't. I mean, most stock ones, they don't. They do around 570 to 580, maybe some 590. So we are faster than a Hellcat now, which was the goal. It was never to be faster than a Scat. It's to have a super fast, built, not bought, supercharged RT. I just kind of went overboard with it, went with everything else. But anyway, when you build this type of build, when you have this type of build, you got to understand that, like, I was sitting at a red light, multiple red lights. I was probably driving the car for a total of 2 to 3 hours, and I was sitting at multiple red lights, just letting the car idle and idle and idle with super high, you know, super big cams and super high, you know, torque converter stalls like that. It's a lockout. So that means that it's holding the fluid until you hit that, you know, that range. And my trans temp was going up. So I think usual trans temps around like 180 to 220, maybe 210, and mine got all the way up to 255, and I had to let it cool down, right? Which can fucking ruin your transmission. So I didn't know that, right? So I can probably drive this car to Cars and Coffee for me to go work out, grab some food, but as far as me just driving it any and everywhere and having idle time, can't really do that because I built it like a race car, right? I could probably drive it a long time on the highway because the car's getting air, you know, it's getting cold air sucked in. My heat exchanger is pushing the air out of my car, and I think it needs to be sucking it in to, I think it needs to be sucking it in to go towards the motor and the transmission to also cool it down. So I may have to switch those two wires around. But the car is back. I do got to tell you something happened, because if it wasn't me, it wouldn't be right? The car shut off. So it was idling and then it just shut off. Tried to start it. A couple of things probably happened. So the fuel pump is not coming on, for one. Number two, my dad told me over and over, make sure you keep above a quarter tank in there. He's always told me that since high school. I started driving and I didn't really listen. I let it dip below that, and I'm like, dude, it'll be all right. You can't do that with these type of cars. Once again, you build a freaking race car, basically, shit's gonna happen. And I let it dip below that, and because it's sucking so much fuel, and it shut off, and the fuel pump's not working. So what we did was we tried to replace the fuel pump fuses. Didn't do anything. So what I went and did is I got a fuel pump relay, right, to switch out to see if that's the problem. And also I think I have a Walboro like 250 or 350 in there, and it only can take up to like 600 wheel horsepower. My car made 607. Okay, so the fuel pump's not big enough. I ordered another fuel pump from Modern Muscle Extreme, or whatever the hell it's called, and it is a 4 Innovation. No, maybe it's not 4 Innovation. I'll show you guys later whenever I hop out of the truck. But it can take up to 750 wheel horsepower. Yes, I could have went double pump. Yes, I could have done E85 and all that, but the internals are not strong enough to put E85 in this to last a long time, right? Because E85 is going to give me another 80, 90 horsepower, and that's a lot when you're running between 8 and 12 pounds of booze. Don't worry about where I'm at. Enough of me rambling. I'm gonna go throw this fuse in here, see if it works. If that fixes the problem, I'm still gonna put the single the drop-in fuel pump. That was another thing. I wanted something that I could put in there. I didn't want to have to take it back to the shop or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this other fuel pump in there. After I get to done with this, I'll show you guys some of it, because I've skipped a little bit through the process, and let you know where it's at, and then we'll take this thing up to the track. I'm really hoping this car runs somewhere. Don't forget, I'm in Tennessee, in the valley, kind of the mountains a little bit. So the DA is horrible. It's the worst racing weather. Good racing weather here is like 2000 DA, right? And so hopefully, I'm hoping I can get it in 750s in the 8th mile. I do have the drag pack on it, right? Do have a cam, do have the 309 scat pack gear, all that good jazz. So if I can hit 750s, that's great for a 4,300 pound car, right? This bitch is a boat, big as a truck. So let's go throw this fuel pump relay in there, see if it'll start. If it won't, we'll switch out the fuel pump. And if it's not that, it may be the regulator. But notice how every time I get this damn car back, there's a problem. Right? At first, after the supercharger, it was a leak. Then I took it to Chad at the mechanic shop, right? After he puts all the new stuff in there, The tune couldn't get right. We finally get the tune together. The transmission blows. We finally get it back after the brand new. By the way, we put an applied torque. I don't know if I already said this. An applied torque solutions transmission in it. It's a built transmission. The whole thing cost about $11,000. Yeah, it was a pretty penny. But it's built for 1,200 horsepower. So shout out to Brian with Applied Torque Solutions, ATS, I think is what it is. Mike told me that was where I should go and get it built. So that's what he did. He sent it off, sent the core off, got it rebuilt. And so finally got this back, and now the fuel pump goes out. So this is the name of the game. This shit's expensive. A lot of you ask me, why didn't I just buy a Hellcat? Because I want to buy a fucking Hellcat. All right? I don't want a fucking Hellcat. Who gives a fuck about a Hellcat? I built an RT that's faster. Whooped them Hellcat's ass. Not worried about it. Tough break. That thing right there. She's back. Oh, what are those? Yes, sir. Got the new Weld Laguna single bead locks. Do got to get some new Mickey Thompson ET Street R's on there. I'm going to try to go 315, to be honest with you. 315s would be great. Might have an issue with those rubbing. Might have to put a spacer on there, which is a little dangerous on a drag car. But I picked those up for a steal, dude, guys. Those go for like $800, $900 a rim, which is like around $1,700 to $2,000 shipped. And I found them on Facebook Marketplace for, y'all gonna be sick, $700 for the pair. Pretty much brand new. So look at her. Still got the 22s on the front. Looking good, bro. Just looking effing good. But here is the old relay. So to pull this, what you need to do is come back here. This is not a tutorial video, but you want to come back here, disconnect your negative power battery cable, and then pull it. I think it's back here is where this goes, right here. That's your fuel pump relay. So I did get another one right here from Advance Auto, and they pretty much anywhere is going to have this. It's kind of like universal, pretty much the same thing. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down in here. See how this thing goes. I think it goes this way. So you want to put the teeth this way and stick her down in there. If this starts off this, that'll be insane. Let me make sure I don't bend it. Damn. Try this down in there. There we go. All right, down in there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back on there. I saw some spark. Good. Tighten this up just a little bit. I may have to take it right back off. Cool. And we're going to try to see if this fires up. If it doesn't crank up, that means it's the fuel pump, and that's all right because I got one. See what she does. Damn. I got to crawl through here. It gets ghetto because this won't open up.
Tennessee and we gon' check a bag. And one thing about my time is I want money, I won't let it pass. I can never turn up on my bro, oh no. Boy, just keep it solid and don't ever fall.